Hello there, welcome to Pen Positive. This is Vinod Narayan. Today I'm going to introduce you to a book, Give Work by Leila Janah, the CEO of SAMASOURCE and LXMI. Reversing Poverty One Job at a Time. Leila is the daughter of immigrant parents from India. Her dad belonged to Kerala and her mother from West Bengal. She's a graduate from Harvard. And this book is not about a personal life, it's more about her struggles as a social entrepreneur. Building Samasource, building Lakshmi. As a Harvard graduate, you have a lot of options in life. She did work in the corporate field for some time, and then she had a true calling, and she decided to go the road less traveled. And when you take the road less traveled, that is what makes the whole difference. For a generation where you want to build the next Facebook, you want to be part of the next Google, you want to make your millions in the next Uber, making the decision to do something good for the world, build a better tomorrow, go into social entrepreneurship. It's a choice you make at one time in life. And that choice, that question comes to you over and over again. And you have to keep answering and defending why you made that choice. And I think for Leila, when you know that the work that you're doing touches people's life, when you know that what you're doing is going to live on even after you, when you know that you're part of something bigger than you, and what you do is not just you, it's a lot of other people, then I think that's what motivates, that's what self-motivates a person on a path of social entrepreneurship, making a difference in this world. When we use a product, it might be a mobile phone, when we watch our TV, when we have food on our tables, when we cut our vegetables, when we peel an orange, when we drive our car, we forget that there is a supply chain behind it. There is a supply chain of living people. People who live, work, sweat, have tears. There's a life that is hidden in the supply chain. That's hidden in the product that we use. And we don't even think whether that supply chain is fair. Whether how do people live as they build the product and brought this to us? SamaSource does the job of impact sourcing. Leila uses digital work, the need for digital workforce. She goes across to cities, towns, neighborhoods where people don't have the skills to do something, and she provides them work. She gets them, she invites them, she makes them part of the digital workforce. When you want to do good in the world, when you want to make a difference, one of the most easiest, which most of the people do, is donate money. And I'm not saying it's bad, but it can only help a few people and only for a short period of time. But what is more important is to provide people, instead of money, provide people opportunities to find work, to get work, that dignity of doing work, earning, providing for their family. There's nothing that's more consistent when you are fighting poverty. And that's what is impact sourcing about. That's what SamaSource is about. That's what Leila's aim, goal. That's what gets her up in the morning, and she does what she does. I read this book and I told my daughter that this is a book that you should read. I think that everyone in high school, everyone in college should read this book. And I told her this might be a book that can tell you what your true calling is, and also give you a glimpse of the struggles you have to go through. But even then, if your conviction is strong, you can get to the other side. It's just like stepping into a river. And at times, the water is going to be freezing cold. At times, it's going to be boiling hot. But instead of standing on the banks, complaining, critiquing how hard it is to get to the other side, it's sometimes people like Leila take that first step. They they decide to swim, they decide to get to the other side. And along with that, they touch a lot of people's life. They give people that opportunity. And I know that gets a bit poetic, but what Leila does is nothing less than poetry. Because it's poetry of doing good. And I know when I told my daughter that you should read this and could get your true calling, I know I'm transferring this burden of doing good onto my daughter. But then I read the last part of the book where Leila gives something, and I always tell, the last few sentences of the book is what where the writer, the author wants to leave something with the reader. I'll just read the few sentences from the end. At least I will be able to say I tried. That's all I'm asking of you. Just try. Make it your business to figure out what good needs to be done in the world and then do it. There's never a good or bad time, and it's never late to start doing something good. And I thank you, Leila. I thank you for writing this book, giving us a glimpse of what it was building SAMASOURCE and how you look at the world and being an inspiration for a lot of people. I thank you. And I think you're the people who make this world better. Thank you for that. Thank you.